You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, friends? Daniel Dopp here from the Fantasy Focused Football Podcast over on ESPN.
It's Fab, so you're Michael Fabiano from Sports Illustrated.
You know who you can trust if you've got some questions about your fantasy squad?
Want to check out a cool show on YouTube that'll help you get ready for the fantasy football season?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Head on over to YouTube. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network because they're doing everything they can to make you a better fantasy player.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
What up, world? Welcome back to the Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm Mike Herrick, a.k.a. Classic Mike, and this is our Week 12 Active and Inactive show. Today, I'm going to be going over some of the news and notes since our Friday show, and then going over actives and inactives at 11:30, as well as answering your last-minute questions. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat, and I'll answer them right away. The biggest news that we have today, Josh Jacobs and Aaron Rodgers are both ruled out today. Happened 15 minutes ago. They couldn't just wait until 11 o'clock for me to announce it as breaking news. It is what it is. But otherwise, that's the big news that's been coming out this morning. I kind of predicted it. They're trying to save Josh Jacobs for next week for Thanksgiving. It's a short week, so they want to make sure he's good to go. Aaron Rodgers, they have another week. It makes the most sense. He has a hairline fracture in his wrist. They need to make sure that he's okay. Same with Joe Burrow. I knew they were just waiting until Thanksgiving. It's a big game. They want to, have him healthy for that. Ramondre Stevenson, Alvin Kamara, Kenneth Walker, Xavier Worthy, those guys are all expected to play as per Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter. All of them have pretty much confirmed that those guys are good to go. So all that out of the way, there are no other things going on, really. Everything else is pretty standard quo at this point. So let's get to these questions. So Scott, thank you so much. Yeah, hit the like button. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, getting this in the algorithm. Really appreciate the help. Appreciate you there, Scott. Thank you so much. We got Patrick in the house, as always. Always enjoy having Patrick here. He goes, yo, go Big Blue. So Tracy Gainwell or Cup, and pick two: Gainwell, Knight, or Walker, and QBs are Love and Stafford. Okay. I'm gonna have to go Tracy, and then I'm going Gainwell and Walker. I think Walker will be fine. It's one of those things where he popped up real late. He should be fine moving forward. Gainwell's just in a really good just game script type scenario, playing the Bears, 3 linebackers out. I have no problem playing Gainwell over a guy like Bam Knight. I just don't trust the running game as much against the Jags. And, it's just not – he's not my cup of tea. I'd rather have Gainwell. I think he's a better back overall. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Gainwell and Walker for that one. And then for QBs, I got to go Stafford. Stafford's just been on fire lately. I know he had a rough game last week, but he still has 2 of the best elite receivers in the league. It's hard to go against that, so I'm going to go Stafford. Here's a trickier one. Jags or Bears defense for this week. So for me, I'm probably going to be leaning a little bit more towards the Jags. Bears defense scares the living crap out of me without their 3 starting linebackers at this point. I don't want to be involved in that type of scenario. Jags at least have their pass rushers. The only guy that's out for this is Travion Walker. But Hines Allen's still out there. They have a really good linebacking core as a whole. They're 6-4 for a reason, and it's mostly their defense. It's a 2.5. Jags are favored by 2.5 in this with a high over under. That's my only thing that's scaring me a little bit. Both games are pretty high up, 46.5 for the other one. I feel a lot more comfortable going against the Cardinals than I do against the Steelers. So I'm going to go Jags. What's going on, Frank? Great to have you here again. He goes, what's cracking? Need one running back and one flex. You got it. He goes, Hall, Chase Brown, Junkins, Charbonnet, or Flowers. Wow. Love this grouping. The best one out of this that I can consider a lock for me is Junkins. I am completely on board with Junkins. The only issue with Junkins at this point is the fact that I don't think they're going to respect Sanders to the point of pulling people out of the box. So I think that it's mostly going to be, 8 in the box trying to stop Junkins. Like, I think that's going to be the general gist of what they try to do today. It's hard for me to tell you to sit Hall. There is nobody else there. Ravens have been beat here and there on the ground. Let me just look at some real quick because I know their numbers are a little skewed by the first game of the year, but they are currently 18th in the league against the run so far this year. I'm pretty good with that. They are getting, they do have key pieces back with Roquan and Hamilton back, but they got beat up in the middle of their defensive line. I like Hall a lot better than I like Chase. Chase Brown, I don't mind, but Patriots are probably one of the best against the run. They're third currently against the run. I'm going to go Junkins and Hall here for sure. I'm not a big Flowers fan. I just can't get on board with it. I understand the matchup is nice. I'm not one of those people that are good on it. It's a 13.5 point spread on this, and they are favored. If Falcons are Ravens are favored, 44 point over under. To me, that just means it's going to be a low scoring game, and they're going to control most of it. So that's just going to cut down on that. It's mostly going to be Derrick Henry and Lamar, running it. I'm assuming, and quick passes out to Flowers. There is really no one out there other than Flowers, just because Bateman's out, and so I understand it. But I can never get on board with it. If it's full PPR, I might be a little bit more inclined to do it, but I like Hall and Junkins better because they're more guaranteed the touch than Flowers is to receive it. So that's just how I feel about it. Poke Varsity, what's going on, man? Great to have you on the show today. If you guys are new to the show, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Really do appreciate any of that. Christian Watson or Sean Tucker at the flex full PPR. For me, it's going to be Sean Tucker. Tucker has been very, very well used the last few weeks. And on top of that, they are trying to get him more involved in the game. You get one more week before Bucky comes back. When Bucky comes back, unfortunately, Sean's going to have to take a little bit of a back seat. But they could incorporate him a little bit more into the passing game and, take a little bit off of Bucky in the coming weeks and, while they ramp him up. But at the end of the day, I'm still going Sean Tucker. It's a decent matchup against the Rams. Against the Rams. Rams are 10th best against the run. So I'd lower your expectation. I'm just not a big Christian Watson guy. Never have been, never will be. I don't like the Packers offense when it comes to passing work. They really they have a bunch of wide receiver threes on their team that they're just trying to distribute the ball to. And I just, in this particular case against the Vikings are a good blitz team. They constantly blitz. They have to do these short, quick passes, which is not Christian Watson's strength. Christian Watson is a downfield threat. Yeah, that blitzing means there are going to be a lot of one-on-one opportunities, but I'm just not on board with it. I'd rather have a guy like Sean Tucker, who is going to be more guaranteed a touch than for anything else. So that's just my thought process on that. All righty. So make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat. I am here for you guys today, so make sure you guys are asking your questions. Make sure for those that are new to the channel, you are liking and subscribing to the show. We really do appreciate anybody's help. It really helps the algorithms out and stuff. So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the show. Also, check out our affiliate podcasts as well, The Extra Point with Phil Ruskin, as well as Kendall on the Fantasy Football Tavern when he gets back from paternity leave, even though he joined us on Friday night. Make sure you guys check them out. Also, make sure you guys are checking out Evan's show as well, or Evan's channel as well. He has puts out a lot of shorts during the week. It's Barely Fantasy. Make sure you guys are checking him out. I'll add him to the thing event or to the graphic later on when I get a minute. But otherwise, check those guys out. Also, make sure you guys are using Underdog Fantasy if you haven't already. Make sure you guys are signing up and using promo code Get Right. Their deal right now is play 5, get 100. So make sure you guys are checking out Underdog Fantasy and using the promo code Get Right, and you can be able to play 5 and get 100. So make sure you guys are checking them out. We got Tyrone coming in saying, keep pounding, rooting for the Panthers today. They have not today, on Monday versus the 49ers. It's going to be a real interesting matchup. Really kind of, I'm not going to say shocked, but a little, it's a little odd that they are getting a Monday night game. They normally are not a primetime watch, which is nice to see. So, don't mind it at all. They've been playing great lately. Love what Rico Dowdle has been doing. Really like, Tet, or he likes to go by T-Mac. So really appreciate T-Mac. So Marcos, Buenos Dias. What's going on, man? Frank going, thanks. I have some feelings about Judkins. Good matchup, but he's going to have 11 guys. No, not worried about QB. And yeah, that's honestly my biggest fear in this particular scenario is that they're not going to respect the pass. They're really just going to load up on Judkins as best they can. But, I mean, they can't just run the ball the whole time. They can't. They got to throw it. They got to get, they're going to be in a negative game script. They're already underdogs by 3.5. It's a low point total in general. So, I don't see a ton of points being scored. But at the same time, Judkins could be in for a decent game. Raiders aren't that great against the run. They are currently, where are they? They're like 14th, which is okay. They're middle of the road. They're just above average. So it's going to be a tough game. Marcos goes, Hurts or Drake May. It's Drake May. I'm not even going to think twice about it. Drake is QB2 on the year. Really playing well. Bengals, really bad defense. They're going to be away. 50-point over-under. I just love the point spread for this game. I'm not a big fan of I've never been a big fan of Jalen Hurts in general. He's not an accurate quarterback. They always tend to lean on Saquon Barkley. When he uses his arm, it's not that great. They get all upset when they don't, or at least AJ Brown gets upset about, the concept of not being involved. Like, there's just so much drama with it. Drake May has just been on fire. Good coaching, good players around him, all support him. They've been doing well. Strong defense. I like it a lot better than Hurts. So Tyrone goes, Panthers should win. 49ers do not have a kicker. True, but there are other pieces around that as well. Drake May looking like Tom Brady. Hey, man, Josh McDaniels is good at his job, man. He knows what he's doing. Charles B., what's going on, man? Great to have you here. He goes, we Falcons fans are embarrassed down here in Atlanta. Hey, man, I am embarrassed for you. I was really high on the Falcons this year. Really liked what they had. Really thought that Penix could, take that step up and really had a chance to do well this year. I love Drake London. Really solid talent. They need to get a wide receiver too, a little bit better than Darnell Mooney, just to take a little bit off of him. Darnell's good in his own right, but he's more of a slot receiver in my opinion. On top of that, they have Kyle Pitts, who underwhelming but I think that has more to do with the offense, and it has a lot to do with uh, just the way the quarterback play is and all that stuff. It's a really sad thing. Their defense is solid. They have a really solid defense overall. They just haven't been able to put the pieces together. Lots of injuries, lots of different things have come into play. But the Falcons, they have been in, the last few weeks have been, kind of embarrassing. I was hoping Kirk Cousins could do a little bit more, but that injury really screwed him up. So we'll wait and see how that goes. Tyrone talking about Charles. I got you beating I got y'all beating the Saints today for the Chargers. So, or the Falcons beating the Saints. Yeah, I think they're good enough to beat them. Saints have been pretty decent. It's a low point total with 40 point over under. 5.5. Saints are favored by 1.5, so it's going to be a close game. Needless to say, so it should be fun. Should be a good interdivision match. So Marcos goes, would you start DK Metcalf without Rodgers? Or Warren? Well, I'm starting Warren for sure. I'm fine with Warren. He's locked in for me. Would I start Metcalf? Yeah, I think I would. I think Mason is better than what people give him credit for. I think there have been scenarios where he's been out there and actually did very well out on the field. This Bears pass rush doesn't scare me as much as most teams would, and without the linebacking core, and they're also down. I think they're still down Jalen Johnson as well, if memory serves me. They're still down Jalen Johnson, who hasn't come back from injury. They're still down Kyle Gordon, who's set to return. And they're a little beat up in the back end. I'm fine with it. I have no problem with DK, but I really like Warren in this game. It's just a great matchup for him. Bears have been struggling against the run all year, 25th best overall against the run. And on top of that, they also have all three of their starting linebackers out. So I'm in a boat where I'm pretty good with him. I'm also okay with Gainwell. I also think that both can be heavily involved. You can use Gainwell in flex situations in 12-team leagues. You're not going to play Gainwell in like a 10-team type situation. But if you have Warren, you should be having Gainwell as your backup. He is a solid and one of the best. Honestly, he's up in the tier with Tyler Algier for a backup. And he's someone that you should have on your team. At this point in the year, when you're getting to playoffs, you're 3 weeks out for most of the teams, based on how your playoffs are set. You want to have those backups, those top tier backups, guys, that are going to be with JT, Cook, all those guys at the top. You want their backup at this point to make sure and to solidify that you have insurance just in case. It's just always good to have that second guy and those second defenses to kind of roll out if you guys play with DSTs. Some leagues do, some don't. But making sure that you guys have that extra insurance just in case, because otherwise you're going to give everybody else an advantage where they can get it. And if you lose out on that particular person, then you're screwed for that particular playoff run. And you're not going to have anybody for those 2 games. And, God forbid something happens. So you always want to be prepared in that scenario. All righty. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat if you guys have any. Really appreciate everyone being here today. Make sure you guys also are checking out our other affiliate podcasts. Make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe button as well. We really do appreciate all the help and really, appreciate everyone being here today, as well as those that watch the show. Who would you pick up as Yeah, see, this is a great question. Honestly, I want to say it's DJ Giggins, but I know how much Abdullah has been involved with the team in recent weeks. He's really in there on passing downs and does relieve JT when he needs a break. I think Giggins should get a little bit more run here and there, but it's so hard to tell at this point. They're going to be coming off a bye week. I'm a little nervous right now trying to even talk about it because I have JT in a league and I don't want to talk about it. I want to say it's Giggins, but I have a strong feeling it's probably going to be Abdullah. Wormy. Yep, I ain't answering any of your questions today. I'm facing Worm in our league. He goes, "I wish you well, but hope you lose." Hey man, I already told you. I need this win because I rather face your brother than you. Oh man. We have a very tight dynasty league going in our particular league. It's always been it's one of my favorite leagues is a salary cap dynasty league for those that aren't aware and those that haven't done it, you should. It's a great league. Uh, the front office pros are in the process of making an app to make it, strictly for things like salary cap dynasty leagues. They're really pushing for that, and they are pretty much the only channel that does that in general. So check them out if you haven't already. But currently, we got Worm at fifth place, 6-5. His brother's at 7-4. He's been on a 4-game losing streak as of late. He was 7-0 for the good start of the season and is slowly getting beat by the top teams in the league. But now I'm going against Worm and having, it's always a fun time when we get to face each other. And then after him, it's my brother at 4-7. So he's got a little bit of he's got that. He's still in the hunt and doesn't have a ton behind him. So he just has to win and do the best they can moving forward. So no inactives and or no actives or actives or inactives yet. So just waiting for those to come through. There's just been some little rumblings here and there with Jacobs and Rogers. They both think that they should be good next week, which is fair. Josh Jacobs is playing on Thursday night or Thursday morning. So they're going to have to be ready for that. That's going to be an interesting game. Nonetheless, they want him ready for the primetime Thanksgiving game and not today, versus the Vikings, even though this is an important game for them. They have 2 division games, right? One after the other, but they do trust Emmanuel Wilson enough to play him. They're going to also play Chris Brooks as well. So just be aware of that. Yeah. So make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat. I'm going to be here as long as you guys need me to be here. I'm going to rattle off the actives and inactives, and then right after that, I might wrap it up if there are no questions. But I want to be here for you guys, so please make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat. If you guys are new to the show, I'm here for you. Throw them in. We got plenty of space and plenty of time to answer questions for you guys, and we'll see how things go moving forward. Just waiting for that actives and inactives. Trying to point out some. Oh, there you go. So Wormy goes, unfortunately for me, injuries are setting my lineup for me. I know. So a little fun tip from little fun thing from last week, which was nice. Worm was facing a team that honestly, let me see where he was facing his brother last week. And we have all been rooting against his brother just because he was on a 7-game win streak. And then, now he's falling back down. And Worm had to play a team that normally you would, if you're looking at the lineup, you're going, this ain't going to do well. He ended up doubling up the points to his brother, 153 to 72. So he did really good. He had Gainwell, Hunt, Singletary, and Tucker in, all because of injury. So he's been having a rough time with his running backs that have been injured. So yeah, really did it good. Really did well last week. Hopefully he doesn't do that against me this week. Marcos goes, would you trade for Devontae Smith for the playoff push? That's a great question. I always liked Devontae over AJ Brown in general. He's just more involved as a whole. They like him a little bit better. He's less mouthy, to be quite honest. And, he's just there to play football, which I like as well. Let's look at his playoff schedule and how he's going to be down the stretch. He's got Dallas this week, Chicago the week after, He's got a tough game against the Chargers. Then he goes to the Raiders, which isn't a horrible matchup. Then Washington for the week 16, and then Buffalo in week 17. Buffalo hasn't been anything special against the pass either. Yeah, I might. It's really based on what you're giving up for him, but I would. I think he's a solid wide receiver too. Has wide receiver one upside any given week. Problem is the defense or their particular offense is just his offense is just annoying. They either pass the ball, 30 25 times a game, or they pass it only like 12. Like it varies week to week. It's based on how Saquon's doing. It's based on the defense they're facing. There's just so many different factors that come into play with him. I just get nervous with him each week. I mean, he's only had currently 2 top 10 weeks. He's had weeks where he's been, I'll give him credit, 3, because he was number 10 in week 5. Otherwise, he's been just hovering in, like last week he faced Detroit and only got, 1.8. It's definitely the time to buy because of that game. It's definitely, you always want to trade when they have those rough games. I would, but like I said, I'm not giving up a ton. So Knuckle Buster, what's going on, man? He goes, what up, Big Mike? What's up, chat? What's going on, Knuckle? Great to have you here as always. But yeah, I would. Good schedule moving forward. Only one bad game that you have to worry about against the Chargers, but I think overall he has a good a good schedule. But I like him a lot more than I would like AJ Brown. So I'm down. Go for it. Still waiting on those active and inactive. Sometimes they pour in a little early, but today it looks like they are going to take their time. We already know of a bunch of people. The biggest one is Josh Jacobs is out today with his bruised knee. It's knee and thigh. So they said that he was itching to play. He could have came in today, but they're holding him back a little bit. Aaron Rodgers, same thing. They both wanted to play, but both are going to be out today. He should be good next week. Mason Rudolph gets a start today. I'm okay with Mason Rudolph today in his position. So I'm not really too scared about Mason Rudolph in general. I think he's a solid backup. Definitely someone that can step in. Very similar to Rodgers, just a very, statuesque type passer, just distributes the ball where it's needed. Enough that defenses have to respect him throwing the ball, which takes a little bit, away from Jaylen Warren and stuff, which is good. And that's all they're going to need. They're just going to need little dump passes out to Warren and to Gainwell and, get those two going today. Should be interesting. So really excited to see how that turns out. We already know Bucky Irving's out today. So a big dose of Sean Tucker and Rachaad White. I think it's safe to say that the roles have changed just a smidge in their particular situation as of late. So can't wait to see how that particular situation turns out. They've currently, the last few weeks, have, Rachaad White has been given up a little bit. He went from 72% to 60%. So we'll kind of, I think it's going to be more of the 60-40 split, maybe closer to 50-50. So this week it should be fun, but I do trust Sean Tucker this week. It's just a tougher matchup. The Rams overall are a pretty good run defense and have been, they just paid their linebacker Landman, a few weeks ago from, having a wonderful performance a few weeks prior. So, all righty. So just waiting on this actives and inactives, and then we're going to start seeing how much interaction we get from those in the chat. So make sure you guys, if you have questions, throw them in the chat. I'm here for you guys. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Really helps the algorithm out and hope, gets this out to more people so we can reach guys that are new to the channel like Tyrone and Charles. Really do appreciate you guys being here today. Yeah. Yep. Already got that. Talked about it at the beginning of the show there, Knuckle. Josh Jacobs, Rogers are both out today. We already knew about that. Now we're just waiting on these other actives and inactives should be coming out any minute. Usually I get about a bajillion messages in 10 seconds. So just give me 1 sec while I'm refreshing and trying to get everything going. They've been a little slow today. I've been usually getting them a lot faster from the source than from the third-party app that I use. So we'll wait and see how that goes. Just waiting on actives and inactives for everyone else we already knew. We already knew Josh Jacobs would be inactive. Just got that to come through. We know that Xavier Worthy was on kind of the fence today, but I'm viewing he might be good. We knew Ramondre was expected to play. Here we go. Bengals inactives today. Samaje Perine is going to be out. We already knew about Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase will not be playing today, so get him out of your lineup. Unfortunately, I do have him in London in one league, and I'm very upset about that. Nothing I can do about it, but upset that I'm losing both. Looks like no one out of the ordinary that we know about for the Seahawks Titans. We already knew about the Titans prior to today. Yep, we already knew that. Bears inactives, we already knew TJ Edwards is going to be out today. Noah Sewell is going to be out as well. Travis Homer is going to be out today. So, yeah, a lot of inactives for the Bears on the defensive side of the ball. Jonathan Ford's out today. Matthew Golden is going to be out today for the Packers. He was questionable coming in, but he was on the bad side of it. Still waiting on more teams to come in. Patriots inactives. No one out of the ordinary. All people that we know about, but no one that people care about. These guys still waiting on people to come in with theirs. Vikings inactives. Ryan Kelly is active, which is cool. Ryan Kelly is their center. That should be a huge upgrade for the Vikings today. Pushes up Aaron Jones just a smidge for me at the very least. Kirby Joseph, Tyron Arnold, Craig Reynolds, they're going to be out today for Detroit. That's kind of significant for the Giants at the very least. Those are some decent people being active and inactive at the current moment. Looks like Slayton is active. Good pull there, Worm. So you just pick up Darius Slayton. Jets inactives. Tyler Johnson is out today for the Jets. Khalil Herbert will be out today, as well as Jelani Woods. He'll be out. Seahawks. Looks like Jalen Milroe is going to be an emergency quarterback. Nothing crazy otherwise. Ernest Jones is out. That's a big hit to their defense. Really big part of it versus the Titans. Still waiting. Giants haven't put theirs out, but it looks like the people we knew about. Ravens, they're going to have Bateman out. We already knew that. Ali is going to be out as well. No one else really that matters. Cooper Rush is going to be the emergency quarterback. Okay, that's new. Kenneth Walker's active. Stevenson's active. Worthy's active. Tesla is active. Wicks is active. Resperto, or I can't say his name right. Wide receiver for the Titans. He'll be active today. Aaron Rodgers out. Jacobs out. Golden out. Grenard out. And Bateman are out. Those are all guys that you really care about at this point. All right, we already knew that. Just said it 2 seconds ago. All right, cool. So if anything pops in while we're talking, I'll I'll throw it in the chat. But right now, it looks like we are good to go. Marcos goes Tyrod Taylor or Geno. Nasty options after Rodgers out. I'm probably going to go with Geno. It's not a fun matchup, but I like him better. Tyrod has no one around him. He has Mason. He's got Mason Taylor. That's it. Like Hall. He's just basically going to be dumping it every time here and there. To answer the question that we had before there, Marcos, Giggins is inactive as a healthy scratch. That means Abdullah is going to be the backup. I can just do the math. Abdullah might be the best handcuff for JT at this point, but Giggins is a close second, to be quite honest. Okay. Yeah, nothing else really coming through. But yeah, I'm gonna go Geno. I just don't trust Tyrod Taylor. I just don't. Matchup's worse. I mean, both defenses are good. Worm goes, I had to, needed a starter. Now that Golden's out, yeah. Kelsey or Emmanuel Wilson flex full PPR? Oh, that's a great question. Great question. I'm probably going to still go Emmanuel Wilson. I want the guy that's more guaranteed the touch than the guy that I have known. I'm not really sure how it will go. He could have a goose egg for all I know. Hines Smith and Peter out. That's new for the Steelers. I'd rather have the guaranteed touch. I'm not a big fan of putting tight ends in my flex. Kelsey's an exception. Playing the Colts today, they're it's an 8-2 team. Their defense is good. They're favored by 3.5 in this game. 49.5 point over under. It's a higher point total overall, so there's going to be a lot more points to spread around in this one. I don't mind playing Kelsey, but I would probably play Emmanuel Wilson. They run the ball a ton. I mean, I think they're fourth in rush rate. Sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, seventh in rush rate. They pretty much run it most times. They are not a big passing team. They are probably bottom 5. Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Packers here. Let's see where they are at tight end for the. So they're about the same for tight end passing wise. Yeah. I'm still going to go. I'm going to still go Emmanuel. I feel a lot better about it. Kelsey's good, and he's been fine as of late. I don't know. I feel a little bit better about it. Kelsey's tight end 3 currently. 4 touchdowns. 50, 60. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with Kelsey here. Or stick with Wilson here. There's no one else behind him. Chris Brooks is not anything crazy. I'd prefer to go Emmanuel Wilson. All righty. Make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. I'm here for you guys. So I'm only going to be here for as long as you need me. So throw those questions in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the show if you haven't already. Really does help the algorithm. Really want more people to join our community. Make sure you guys check out our Discord. So those that are new that are to the show and watching for the first time, and those that aren't being active in the chat, please just check out our Discord. We have a wonderful community below that is always answering questions. We're always answering each other's questions. We throw out questions constantly, and either myself, Kendall, Evan, Phil, even Frank, we're all in there at one point, and we all answer questions for you guys in that community. So make sure you guys check out our Discord. Really have been working hard on, improving it. So check out our Discord. What's going on there, Warrior Loft? He goes Bears kicker or come on. It's Aubrey until further. It's Aubrey. Just play Aubrey. You're either going to get you're either going to get 20 plus points or you're going to get like 5. Like, just roll with the guy that you know is going to do better. I prefer, kicking in a dome as well. So let's go Aubrey. Don't let's not get cute here. Aubrey's 6th kicker, currently on the lead, on the year. So just kicker 6. Go with it. Ride with Aubrey. Love Aubrey. Oh, of course. You can't not play Aubrey. I don't care how good I don't care how good the offense is. He can kick it from the 50. He can kick it from the 50-yard line. You know how many kickers can do that? 2. It's Aubrey and Greg Little. Or Cam Little. There's not anybody else. At least now. Prater could have done it a couple years ago, and a few other guys can't really kick it from 60. He is one of the rare kickers in this league that can kick it accurately at 60 yards. So yeah, I'm going Aubrey regardless. Bears, not worth my time. Outdoors, Windy City, not dealing with that, even though the wind's not going crazy. So, this is a gross question. DK or Van Jefferson? I don't know. These guys are so low on my list that I can't even give you an answer. It's probably going to be DK just because they've been getting him more involved. He's a solid receiver. They don't have anybody else. It looks like DK is probably going to be the lead receiver for this group. Yeah, I have them back to back. Wide receiver 60. At this point, I mean, his targets have been all over the place from nothing to 5, 3, 4, 8, 3, 3, 2 catches, 14 yards. Like you're it's just one big mess, to be quite honest. If that yeah. I mean, you have no choice in the matter. I mean, last week 7 targets for Van Jefferson versus Houston. This is going to be a tougher matchup regardless. I mean, you're in for some fun with these two. But I'm going to go DK. I mean, honestly, you're at the point where they're all coin flip. Like, for those guys that are listed that you currently have, they're probably all coin flips. So I am not too worried about it. If you have to plug and play at this point, you have to plug and play. I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, in one of my leagues, we have kind of the same. Yeah, Van Jefferson's the top option. But maybe you have guys like maybe Charles Tillman's available. Maybe what's his face? Devon Vele is available. I like Devon Vele today. I think he's good. They've been trying to get him more involved. Maybe Xavier Leggett is involved. He should be active. Hodge is active. Roman Wilson. I like Roman Wilson today. He should be a decent, grab. I would probably grab one of those guys over any of those other guys that you mentioned. Hollywood Brown, I would get if he's available. A lot of people dropped him as of late. Tim Patrick, he's been more involved here and there. There's a lot of guys that you can aim for. Isaiah Hodges is another guy I like, that is probably still available instead of this group. I don't think you want anything to do with the Titans offense in general. I would rather go to almost any other team than that team if you're going to pick a wide receiver. That's just and honestly, all the guys that I just named are more than likely available in one way or another. I mean, I'm in a 10-team league that is deep bench, and I'm already labeling off people that you probably have available. Wicks is probably available. Tesla, I would play Tesla. Just tons of upside. Isaiah Bond is probably available. I would play him. I'd play Juju Smith-Schuster. There are so many other guys that I would play, other than those guys. Trying to think who else is here. Thornton. I play Trequan Thornton. Yeah, he'll either get you 0 or he'll get you 30. But just saying, those are. I'd rather pick a guy from better offenses at this point. That's all I would do. That's all. All righty, boys and girls. Make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat so I can answer your questions here. We got 22 people watching. We want to make sure that I can answer your questions. If you guys are just watching, fantastic. Really do appreciate everyone being here. But throw those questions if you have them in the chat. Please make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Really do appreciate everybody's time this morning. Really glad that we don't have a early morning football game that interrupts my my show. Really enjoy the interaction with everybody. So really happy to have everybody here. Make sure you guys are checking out Underdog Fantasy if you haven't already. Make sure you guys register, and when you do, use promo code GETRIGHT. Their current promotion right now is play 5, get 100. So make sure you guys are using promo code GETRIGHT in states that it applies. So we got a question from Warrior. Do you think Michael Wilson will get 14 to 16 targets today? No. No. I don't think it's going to be 14 to 16. I think last week was a rarity. You have to remember, don't chase targets and things like chase targets to a point. But when you see a spike such as that, I'm not chasing that. But do I think he's going to have a good game? Of course I do. Oh, of course I do. This is going to be a tougher matchup. Better pass rush from the Jags. They are a better pass team than most. They tend to do well, but it's really just because of their ability to get to the passer. That's really helped them as of late. Jags are currently 23rd against the pass. I think he could have a decent day, but that amount of targets I think is a little high. Warrior goes, do you think Jags versus Cardinals could be a small shootout? Yeah. I mean, let's look at the number. I mean, right now, 47 point over under. Jags are only favored by 2.5. It's at the Cardinals. I do think that they have an opportunity to go back and forth. It could be a game where you see that's like 28-28 type scenario, and it's going to be coming down to the to the buzzer. So, yeah, I think it could be a little bit of a shootout. Ooh, this is gross. I want to say Flacco, but Patriots D-man has been killing it. That over-under I really like, though, with the 50-point over-under. The Browns game is only at 36 points. I'm going to go Flacco just because he has just more talent around him. Yoshi Vosh, T. Higgins, they got Mike Gesicki back. I like that particular scenario better. I'm going to go Flacco, but they're close. Keyshawn Boutte or Bam Knight full PPR. That's gross as well. Really gross. If you're this low, I'm assuming you need just a really, boom play. If you're down right now, I would probably go Boutte. He's just a very volatile type wide receiver. This is a great matchup for him. I mean, the Bengals are horrible against the pass. They're 28th overall. I'm going to go Boutte, even though Bam Knight's probably going to carry the ball more. But I think you need a boom play, and I'm assuming Boutte is that guy. Boutte is definitely a guy that can get you 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, compared to Knight that could get you 60 for maybe a touchdown. Yeah, I'm going to go Boutte. Warrior goes, how many points do you think Michael Wilson will get half PPR? You're going to have me do math on the spot? Come on. I think 10 targets, 80 some odd yards. So 5, 8, 13. Maybe a touchdown. I'll average it out 13, 15 points per, as a projection. I'll give him that. That's nice. Juan Deere, what's going on, man? Great to have you on the show. He asked, start 2, ETN, Swift, Judkins, worried about Tootin, worried that Browns will suck. Tough one. I like Judkins for this one. But if you're scared of Judkins and you want to play ETN, I completely understand that. So I'm not against it. I just like Judkins better because he's just an overall better runner. Jags have been really good against the run this year, but they are very good at running the ball. They have to. So I'm not really too worried about Tootin. I think they do split carries with one another enough that it doesn't really bother me too much. I like Swift either way. Swift is in a good position. So for me, it's definitely going to be Swift for sure. If I'm starting 2, I just like the matchup a little bit better against the Raiders. Raiders are 14th best against the run currently. So for me, I'm probably gonna go Swift and Judkins and avoid the ETN debacle. I'm just yeah. It is a tough one, but I like Swift a lot more than I like ETN, but they're both in a pretty much the same scenario if you really think about it. Marcos goes Darnell Washington or Brock Wright premium. I'm gonna go Darnell Washington. Right? Yeah. I you got some teams, man. These must be like 16 team leagues where you're going to the bottom of the barrel for these. Yeah, I have Brock Wright and Darnell right next to each other at 24 and 25 or 26. I'm going to go Darnell just because they don't have the linebackers to be able to stop a guy like him. So, I'm going to go Darnell there. Anytime there, Warrior. He goes, thanks for answering my tedious questions. They're not tedious. I understand it. You're just making me think on my feet. We got Juwan Johnson versus Fergie. You asked this question the other night. I'm going to go Johnson just because of he's number 2 in the pecking order compared to number 3 or 4 for Fergie. And I just like the matchup a little bit better. As you said, number 3 versus number 2. I just like Johnson just a smidge better, but it is a tougher matchup against Bates and Justin Simmons. So I'm still going to go Juwan Johnson. Warrior goes, I want to go Ferguson, but Eagles are tough. Yeah, I had that last week. It's just not a fun matchup. Plus, Johnson will get more targets and yards. Yeah, that's my thought process as well. Marcos goes, thanks for all the help. Really scraping the bottom. Yeah, you're scraping the bottom when you have a choice between Brock Wright and Darnell Washington as your tight end option. I mean, I could probably maybe give you another tight end if available, but those are some gross teams right there. Gross. Well, gross options, not teams. I don't know what your team is. All right. Make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat. I got 25 people watching. Just want to answer your questions before I get out of here. So make sure you guys are throwing them in. I know that Marcos and Warrior have been throwing out all their teams and trying to give you know, some content here. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys are checking out our affiliate podcast. Like I said, we're gonna have we have Phil with the Extra Point doing a lot of dynasty content for us, as well as Kendall doing the Fantasy Football Tavern. Kendall is going to be out for the next couple weeks or next week or so till he can get things going at home. He just had the arrival of his new baby boy, good old Shiloh. So congrats to them and his family. Hope Kendall and the missus are all doing well. So yeah. CD worshiper, what's going on, man? He goes, should I go Emmanuel Wilson or Jerry Jeudy at the flex? I'm going Emmanuel Wilson in this matchup. Honestly, really like that matchup a lot more than Jerry Jeudy. I do not trust Shador in one way or another. Could he have a good game? Of course he could, but I'm not. I'm on the other side of this conversation. I just don't trust it. Raiders are actually decent against the pass, 13th overall. They're pretty middle of the pack when it comes to an average defense. But they do have one of the better pass rushes with Max Crosby. I'm not in a boat where I can strongly suggest a guy like Jerry Jeudy. I just can't. And remember, when he did well in the preseason, it was against nobodies. It wasn't against guys like he's going to be facing today. These are men. These are guys that are going to tear him apart. He didn't look good when he had the start the last time when he came in just for a brief period. It's just he's not there. I get he's had a week to be able to do it, but I'm just not there yet. Just not there yet. Later, Frank. Enjoy your week 12, man. Good luck in your matchup. CD goes, I'm starting Judkins because I feel like he's going to get a good chunk of the carries expected. Yeah. Well, but it's one of those like double-edged sword type things or catch-22, whatever you want to call it. Even though Judkins will be getting most of the carries, it's going to be one of those scenarios where you would think that the Raiders would know that the only way to stop the Cleveland Browns is to stop the run. So what do? You stop the run. You put 8 in the box. You make sure you can stop the run. Because then you just go, hey, corners, you're going to have to stick to these guys like glue. You're going to have to do the best you can at, stopping the passing game. And they're going to have to do that. And I think they can. I don't think is this a good matchup for him to come in on? Yes. This isn't a below. They're like average they're an average defense overall. I just don't see what everyone else does. I hope he surprises me. I hope he proves me wrong, but I am not on the boat to think that he's going to do well. I didn't see it in college. I wasn't big on him in general. I mean, was I surprised that he was drafted in the 5th round? Yes, very surprised. But at the end of the day, I just wasn't. I didn't see anything special. I didn't want the Giants to get him. That was the one thing that I got really really nervous about at the 21st, 22nd pick, whatever it was. I was really nervous that the Giants were going to go for him based on all the media crap that was out there. Really happy they didn't. But in this particular case, I was never high on him to begin with. I'm not high on him now. I don't think he is going to do anything special. He's very low on my rankings. I have him at like 29, I think. Not really on board with Shitter. If you have to, you have to, but I'm not. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm going to go Jaylen Warren. Better matchup overall against the Bears and a tougher matchup for Pittman. Not saying Pittman can't do well, but Kansas City is pretty good overall against the pass. They are currently 4th in the league at stopping the pass. They have a good pass rush. They have Dana on the outside. They have Karlaftis on the outside as well. Chris Jones in the middle. Really do a great job at getting to the ball, with only the 3 or 4 of them. And then on top of all that, they have McDuffie, who's going to be probably on Pittman on most occasions. McDuffie is a shutdown corner, does a very good job at what he does. Linebacking core is also very good, and they're able to do what they need to do. The Chicago Bears, for their credit, have not been doing that well. They have only done better as of recently, and even then haven't been doing great. They lost 3 top linebackers that are going to be starting. I have a better feeling about Jalen Warren than I do about Pittman. Could I be wrong? Of course, but I think that they're going to try to run the ball as much as they can with JT, even though Kansas City's defense is actually pretty good. They've been holding teams the last few weeks. ETW Burn, what's going on, man? Great to have you on the show today. If you guys are new to the show, please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. He goes Swift, Rashad White, Shaheed, Watson, or Ramondre at the flex, already starting Travion. I'm still going to go Swift here. I like Ramondre. You got to keep him on your bench. Shaheed, I think, has another week till he starts being productive. This could be the week that he does well. But I like Swift involved in the passing game enough. I'm not a big fan of Rashad White this week against the Rams. It's a good matchup. Well, it's not a good matchup. It's one of those. It's a bad matchup for him, but good for the Rams. Watson at this point, I just don't trust. Never have, never will. Just don't trust the passing game for the Packers. So for me, I'm just going to go Swift here. I think he's the most logical option in this particular offense. I do like Ramondre because it is a good matchup for him as well. If they're going to be splitting carries, it's going to be like a 60-40 split, mostly 60 in Henderson's favor. But it's one of those matchups that you can actually just exploit if you needed to use both of them. Cleveland is currently third, or Cincinnati is currently 30th in the league against stopping the rush. I wouldn't mind playing Ramondre, but full PPR, I'm going Swift. He's just more involved in that offense. They try to get him involved. The Packers or the Steelers are not that great at stopping the run. So I'm not answering your question, Worm. I can't answer your questions today. No questions are going to be answered from you because I am not giving you an answer that can help you. I'll do everything to tell you. I will do everything in my power to give you the opposite answer. Okay, you don't have him on your team. All right. So, yes, he is playing. He has the glute injury. He's fine. He hasn't been on the injury report all year. To give you perspective, it's been 12 weeks and he has not been on it once. He was on it late on Friday. They said he was good to go. I like him in this matchup. I think he'll do fine. I'm not too worried about him. Where is he going? Titans. Yeah. I mean, the only caveat, Jeffrey Simmons is back. That's a little bit of a knock. It's a little bit of a knock to most teams. So, yeah, I'd play him. I'm playing Walker in a few scenarios. They've been talking about wanting to get him more involved and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to go Walker over Charbonnet. You're lucky you weren't playing him, or lucky you don't have him on your team and playing me. I'm always going to check that, Worm. I'm always going to check it because I'm not going to answer questions while I'm facing you. All right. Oh, so your father-in-law asked. It wasn't you. It was your father-in-law. I got a friend that has a question. It's all good, brother. I'm busting your chops. I'll help you with whatever you need. I'm trying to figure out what the hell you're sending me. Oh, you got me on in the background. That's what it is. I was like, what the hell? He sent me a picture while I'm on air, and it's a picture of his garage. And I'm like, why are you sending me a picture of your garage? Oh, I love it, Worm. One of my few friends that actually watches the show. Watson or Alec Pierce? Gross. I don't like either. I'm probably going to go Alec Pierce. It's a tougher matchup, but a better quarterback, a team that's going to need to throw it. They're in a situation where they're 3.5-point underdogs at this point, 49-point over under. I like the point total. So, I'm going to go Alec Pierce. He's definitely due for one of those long, deep passes that he's very good at. But his situation, he could be 4 for 120 and a touchdown, or he could be 2 for 30 or 2 for 10. He's a very volatile type player, but he's a very good player. So I like our Alec Pierce. We're going to go Alec Pierce here. All righty. Loving these questions. Really love everyone being here. Please, for those that are new to the show, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing if you haven't already. Really enjoy it. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys are checking out our Discord below. We have a wonderful group of people, a wonderful community for those that like Discord. We've been building this thing up from the very beginning and really doing our best to make sure that we have a really great community for you guys. So make sure you guys check out our Discord. Our link is in the description below. Really enjoy the group. We have everybody answering questions. Myself, we have Kendall, we have Evan, we have Phil, and Frank are always in there asking or answering questions. Believe me, I have questions of my own that I ask you guys. I love throwing it out to the community. I am just a normal guy here giving you my thoughts and my opinions just based on what I see, what I hear, and what I can gather from watching the game of football. So really appreciate everybody being here. I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to start wrapping things up. Got things to do on this wonderful Sunday prior to football. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. I'm here for you guys. So if you guys have them in there, throw them in there. Let's go talk about them for a minute. Let's talk about TrophySmack.com. We're getting near the end of the year for you guys. Make sure your league has a trophy. If you don't, you need one. We all need a trophy. It is always great to have that little extra thing to show, your win. Check out TrophySmack.com. They got customized trophies like this that you can customize to be yours. Their bestseller is their belt. Everyone loves the belt. Customize it to you. You can get customized rings, as we did right here. We gave it away for our 1,000 subscribers. We also have our Kirk Cousins chain. Really love that. They also, I don't have pictures of it, but they also have the football helmet. Really great idea. Love what they do there. I think they have a thing with Green Gridiron, who is one of the best in the business. They do a great job with their helmets. Got to meet their CEO when I went to the expo 2 years ago. Really great guy, really big Giants fan, which was nice. But he was a really great dude. Really had a great time with those guys. So check them out if you haven't already. Make sure you guys also check out their banners as well at TrophySmack.com. Use promo code GetRight, and they will help you at checkout. So make sure you guys are using that particular thing. Marcus goes, last question, Chase Brown or Alec Pierce? I think this is a tougher question. Both have really bad matchups today. In general, Patriots are one of the best against the run, if not the best against the run. Yeah, they are number 3 overall on the year against the run. Flacco doesn't help that. Does, but doesn't. Alec Pierce going against the number 4. That's not good either. For me, it's all about guaranteed touch. If it gets to a point where I'm facing 2 really bad teams, let me rephrase that. Really bad matchups. So if I'm going against 2 bad defenses and I have 2 guys that I have at wide receiver or running back, I'm always going to lean the running back. It's more for the guaranteed touch because, especially for Chase Brown, he's got no one behind him with Samaje Perine out. He's only got Tajay Brooks behind him. It's one of those scenarios where they're more guaranteed for the touch. It's a bad matchup, but it means that they have more opportunities to score. Even if the team is good, there are always opportunities to score, and you want those. Alec Pierce is just more of a downfield threat. You have to hope that they're going to be passing it downfield a ton. It's tough, though. I'd rather go with Chase Brown, though. Marcos goes, thank you for all your help. That's what I'm here for, my friend, to help you guys with all your questions. Warrior goes, even though QB and opportunities might lean Michael Wilson, I have Justin Jefferson, right? Yeah. No, you're playing Justin Jefferson over a guy like Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's just a solid wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3 based on your particular formatting. He could also be a flex. He's just a solid option because of his usage last week. You are playing Justin Jefferson. Worm will be the first one to tell you should be playing Justin Jefferson. Worm is a big Vikings fan. So he will be the one to tell you to play Justin Jefferson regardless. And don't ever trade Justin Jefferson, by the way. You can't trade Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is 5 first-round picks or better. And that's the only way he's going to let him go. Oh, Worm. Love having you on here. Love having you being a part of this. Just can't wait for week 12 to start. Going to be a fun week. Can't believe we're almost at, that time of the year. So there you go. He's from Long Island from me, with me. So for the fact that he's that big Viking fan, man, he'll be the first one to tell you. Yeah, the struggles. You guys just need a QB, brother. Just need a QB. Get JJ out of there. At one point. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that. Anyway. Alrighty. I'm gonna start wrapping things up here. Unless you guys have questions that pop in while I am in the middle of my outro. I will see you guys next week on Friday. I know it's Black Friday. There's a game on. I get it. Maybe I'll be there. Maybe we won't. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Still got to think about it. It's a lot going on those 2 days, and I don't really like being involved in the Thanksgiving debacles. It's just not fun. It's at 3 p.m., so we might still do our show as well. So just wait for notifications. The best way to get us is in our Discord. We will post things in the Discord before we post them anywhere else. So make sure you guys are a part of that Discord if you haven't already been. But yeah, it's a 3:00 game, so we might be good to go. For 9:00 on Friday, to get you guys that Sunday slate. Get you guys those last second questions in, even though 4 games have already gone on. But we'll be able to help you there. So make sure you guys check us out on Friday. We'll be here on Monday as well. So tomorrow, Frank will be here. Oh, no, Frank won't be here tomorrow. I apologize. I forgot. He forgot his laptop. Frank is in Reno. In Lake Tahoe and Reno. So he won't have his computer with him. So he is not going to be around that day. Maybe get Phil on Tuesday. We'll see. This is Thanksgiving week, so everything's kind of a little all over the place at this point. So don't be nervous if you don't see us around. It's not on purpose. We are always in the Discord. So always be in the Discord. I can't stress it enough. That's our big bread and butter at this point. So be in the Discord. But I will be back Friday. I will be back next Sunday as well. After that, might be a little hairy. Got my wife expecting our little baby girl soon. So I don't know exactly when I'll be, but we got 2 more weeks till we know for sure. So keeping things open at this point, but really excited for that. And then I'll be out for a couple weeks. Once I get everything settled, I'll be back maybe for the playoffs. We'll see how everything goes. Kind of like how Kendall popped in on Friday night, things like that. I might show up, I might not, but we'll see. But anyway, lots going on over here at the Herrick household. So, yeah. So make sure you guys check us out if you haven't already. Make sure you guys check out our affiliate podcast, like I said, with Phil at the Extra Point, as well as Kendall at the Fantasy Football Tavern. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to their shows, as well as going over to Barely Fantasy, checking out Evan Sather over there at his channel. He does a lot of good shorts to help you guys with start sets and all that stuff. So check them out. And yeah, so I'll see you guys shortly. Everybody, good luck this week with your Week 12 magic, except you, Worm. Except you. Everyone have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Peace.